Well, this is basically the neighborhood where I grew up. You know, as a kid, man, so many memories, childhood, teenager, on up till, you know, even today. A lot of it's changed, but a lot of it stayed the same.
The process of finding Quinton to play the role of Michael Orr was a needle in the haystack situation. We started a nationwide search, going to a lot of big cities and hiring local casting directors to find someone that would, you know, meet the qualifications we needed, both physically and kind of spiritually, for lack of a better word. We needed a gentle giant.
When you first read the screenplay, you're like, this is a wonderful screenplay, wonderful story. Who's gonna play Michael Orr? Because it's a very unique situation for someone of that size, and that happened to us was when we found Quinton.
Quinton been through this thing. He was homeless, he had nothing, you know. They were just up in one room.
This is basically the room where we used to live at. Me, my mom's, and my brother. You know, it's set up a little differently now because this was like a couple years ago and everything, but basically this bed right here, the hospital bed, this was my mom's bed. It was up against this wall. Then you had two twin beds right here where me and my brother slept. I mean, we made do with what we had, and you know, it's been a blessing.
Oh, man. What's going on, man?
on?
You smell good.
Thank you, thank you.
Quinton here, he's actually, he's responsible for saving one of my shows. Actually, a few of my shows. Great singer, great actor.
How you doing?
He had a love for it, and I will tell you that I was only a boost to the love that he had. He had more of a love for it than I probably had plays, which is why he's there where he is now.
Quinton was getting into acting, you know, in early teens. You know, well, Quinton used to always act. He used to play little plays and do little things around with his brother and everything. But I think he really got serious about it when he got into his late teens.
Like, he can imitate anybody that he saw on TV, which is when we know he started to develop some type of talent, because he would just imitate the people that he was crazy about. Especially people in wrestling, that was one of his favorite things. And singing. Always had a little brush and in front of a mirror singing.
Oh, you didn't get him to sing? Oh, you didn't sing at the church over there? Oh, he can sing. You don't think he can't sing? I tell you that.
Got him sing
My nephew got talent. He got talent, man.
I don't know, I'm shy about the singing. Like, a lot of times I think that's probably why I never really, you know, tried to start a career in singing. Like, I love singing, something I love to do, but I didn't really want to be a singer. It was a love for me, for the music, just the love of music that I had, but I made up a long time ago in my mind that I wanted to be an actor. Here I come running. People will say, you know, why actor? With your size, you should be a football player, you should be a basketball player. Everybody said you should play football. I'm playing football in the movie now, so.
People that's in jails, people who's out doing other things illegal, and he didn't do none of that. He had his mother behind him, also family, to steer him on the right path, and he kept that going. So I think it's good that he pursued acting and not to be, you know, doing anything illegal or nothing like that.
The transformation of where he is now and where he started from has been really rewarding for us that know him and have known him since early on, to see this, not just a transformation as an actor, but as a human being.
I think a lot of kids from urban areas kind of gird themselves for the street. They wear their toughness, and it's impossible or difficult for them to lose that toughness, because it's there, it's survival instinct, and I get it. And you know, whether it's the way they walk, the way they carry themselves, whatever. The thing about Quinton was when he came in the door, your first instinct was to hug him. And he was the only one that I felt that about, really.
After the audition, I mean, they were in tears, literally, and I was like, from that point, I was like, wow. When I told my mother that, she was like, this is your film. You have it already, don't even worry about it. 2 weeks later, I get called to fly out to LA, and that was my first time on a plane, so I'm flying out to LA to meet the director for the film.
And he reached in his pocket and he said, I know this is the longest of long shots, me getting this thing. So I've been doing, you know, to pay the bills, I've been doing security work. And he reached in his card, in his wallet, took out a card that was his, you know, security job card, saying, if you guys need me security, please keep me in mind because I could use it. And I took it and I said, well, thanks, Quinton. I appreciate that and I'll keep you in mind. I mean, inside my heart was kind of breaking, but it was also breaking joyfully because I knew that he was going to be the guy and that we were going to change his life. And it was a pretty spectacular secret to have.
My mother was disabled for a long time. My brother was still in school, so I was the breadwinner of the family. Like, they had checks that came in on the first of the month, but we still, once the bills were out of the way, we still needed to eat. So basically, this was one of the ways I did it, working here Thursday nights and Fridays and some nights.
We had mutual interests. He was interested in acting. I was interested in acting. He was interested in security. I ran a security company. When I heard he was getting a movie deal, I was ecstatic for him, actually, and I was looking forward to seeing him on film.
I couldn't believe it, man. I'm telling you. I told him we was going to do an Entourage here in New York. Like they got on Showtime or HBO, that Entourage show. He's going to have to get one of those.
He was set on being an actor, and from the first time I told him, he told me what he was planning to do, and he followed through with it. Did I get kudos? No. So much faster on film.
At the time when we first went through the whole process and everything, my mother was with me, but she's no longer with us now. She passed back in September. At that point, just knowing the part was mine, the role was mine, I figured she had something to do with it.
Yeah, that was very tragic because it was unexpected at that time. So it hit the family hard, and we still are dealing with it in our own way, the best we can, because, you know, even though she's gone, she's not forgotten.
Yeah, when his mom passed, it was just like a big shock to the family, you know, big heartbreak and everything.
He got his start from his mother. Now, she was the force behind him. So we can't take credit for that. She was the force behind him. But, you know, we all, you know, right now, knowing that, but since she's not here, so we always try to give him a helping hand and give him a push.
This is our company, Alcon Entertainment's 17th movie. And in those 17 movies over the last decade, I have never seen an actor, not one, more committed or devoted to the role they were playing than Quinton has been to playing the role of Michael Orr. He has grown so much both physically in terms of his conditioning regimen and how intense it's been to get in the type of extraordinary shape he's in terms of his acting in the film and really getting into the character of Michael Orr. It's been a phenomenal experience for me to watch Quinton grow as a person as he's playing this role.
Well, I pretty much knew once I was told that I would get the part that I was going to automatically have to train because I wasn't in any kind of shape.
So we designed a regime for him to come down and to be a part of Southern living, and in particular, we got him involved with the Georgia Tech football program.
Burning. When Quinton came here, he was 472 pounds his first day. To get Quinton in shape, basically what we have to do is design a program that was 7 days a week, twice a day. His workouts are basically designed to get his heart rate up, get his metabolism sped up, and get him burning calories.
They gave me 7 weeks to lose 75 pounds.
All right, baby, let's go. 2, control the weight.
He wasn't necessarily taking in an excessive amount of calories. He was eating, you know, Chinese takeout and pizza and, you know, sandwiches from the shop around the corner, but he was eating that and then he was standing still, literally, in his job. So he was probably taking in around 4,000 or 5,000 calories, but what was really doing him in was the fact that he was sedentary.
He's pretty much like conditioning me, whipping me into shape and getting me strengthened to look the part of an athlete.
He's transformed himself right before our eyes. It's amazing from the first time you meet him, and he's got to get in shape, he's got to lose a certain amount of weight and really become Michael Orr, and he's really done that, and he's done it with a smile on his face.
We are right at what, June 1st, June 2nd, and you weighed in at?
372.
Yay!
100 pounds lighter.
Yeah, so we're 100 pounds down. It's remarkable.
Quinton's story is about as good as Michael's story on where he came from, and to see someone come in, fight for a role, physically how he had to transform himself, emotionally what he had to go through. The learning curve was very short, and I honestly don't know how he did what he did.
I think Quinton brings such an innocence to the world of acting and to the screen that, yeah, he really just captures Michael Oher's spirit in a look, in a simple look.
You know, he's done more scenes in one movie than I've done in my whole career. You know, watch him grow and watch him learn from old pros like myself.
He's just a pleasure, and he brings something to the screen in dailies that's just so perfect for this film. The heart and the soul and the gentleness of the kindness that he has in his eyes and his face is just, it is this movie.
He's a real spiritual guy, so I don't think he'll have any problems. You know, he trusts in God. He's a good guy. Things are gonna come to him. Good things happen to good people. So, you know, his future's gonna be bright. He's gonna be all right.
We're gonna be there. Matter of fact, I'll probably go see it 2-3 times.
You know? I always call him my big teddy bear, so he always gonna be my baby because I was there from day one and I'm still here.
There's nothing I wouldn't do for him. You know, he knows that. And so I'm so proud of him.
He's magnificent. I mean, people are going to be blown away, obviously, because no one knows Quinton, but when they see his performance in the film, I defy anyone to leave this theater without a big smile on their face and a tear in their eye.
I think it'd be a big boost, not only for him, but for the neighborhood, and that it'll inspire others, especially our youth that's coming along, that, you know, if you do the right thing, eventually it'll pay off for you. You know, today we have so many of our kids that are giving up on life, and if you stick your nose to the grind and you really stick it out and you wait for good things to happen, good things to come your way. And you have to have faith.
Since I've been back, everybody greeted and reacted to me with open arms. Like, everybody's like, oh man, I'm proud of you. Wow, you look great. You look, because I was like probably like a half an inch shorter and wider. Now I'm like taller and slimmer. And everybody's like, oh my goodness, you look amazing. What did you do? We sent you away a whole person. You come back half gone. It's a pretty amazing feeling.
In his stillness, there's so much passion to do better and so much love. I'm shocked that they found someone who could exude that, someone who honestly had that kind of sincerity and sweetness.